welcome or welcome back to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I still don't know. And at the moment, after I put my last video up, I apparently lost a subscriber, so that was nice. So if you are watching and you're not subscribed, just hit that little red button for me and then the little bell notification. You would make this old woman very happy. Right, today I've got two first impressions that I'm doing, and one of them is a rather fascinating eyeshadow. The Magnetize in shade green from Revolution, and the Rose Gold Glow highlighter from Revolution. I'm trying to get these so you can actually see them both and that I can get a decent thumbnail. So, if you want to find out how these applied, or what I think of them, and how I created this, let's face it, stunning summery look, then you're in exactly the right place. Don't go anywhere, because here it comes. Hey, welcome back from the intro. I'm sorry if you can hear my fan, but it is so damn hot in my kitchen right now. If I don't have a fan on, even with the antiperspirant thing that I use as my primer, if I don't have this fan on, this makeup is going to just melt off of my face in no time at all, which would be the complete opposite of what I want this video to be. So, I've probably shown you in the intro the two products that I'm really demoing today, because as you can see I've got my base done. I've actually done it a little bit different today. I still need to do a foundation review for you on the Luminous and Smooth Fit Me, which I had to get from Amazon because Maybelline apparently don't think that we want dewy skin in the UK. But because obviously I'm aware that it's a hot day, I have oily skin, dewy foundation, I want to do quite a few videos a day if I can, I actually mixed in, on my little Pokemon foam case that I use as my mixing palette, I actually mixed in some of this Coty Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage. I am loving this powder. I bought it for a friend of mine. She tried it, couldn't get on with it, but I think she's got dry skin. For me, this is brilliant. The reason I've got an elastic band around it is because this is just a slide on and off lid, and I'm a klutz and I'll drop it. I don't want to waste it because you get a crap ton of powder as well. It's like 65 grams in here. And by comparison, the Revolution lace powder that I had been using is 35 grams, so you get nearly double that. It also reminds me of my mum's powder that she used to use in the 70s and 80s. It's got that. It also tends to fly everywhere if you have the fan on. Yeah, you'll know it's powder if you still see it, won't you? There we go. It's got the traditional smell of how makeup used to smell when I was a kid, so that really brings back some lovely memories, but it really makes, particularly my under eye skin, it just feels so soft when you use it. And I also find it makes my smile lines look less obvious. It takes longer before the foundation settles into them, so I am loving that Coty Airspun. Thank you, Ashley, for not liking it. But yeah, so I mixed sort of, I don't know, about 3 dollops of it off of my brush with 2.5 squirts of the, because unusually for an American one it's actually got a pump. Yeah. It's like something's rattling in it and it just fidgets me. So I kind of mixed that together, so it gave me a more matte finish, but in a lighter formulation than a full matte. I don't know how this is going to hold on during the day, so that remains to be seen. Because I'm feeling a bit at the moment, I did contour. I used the Makeup Obsession Contour Powder C102 Light. I used my Winky Lux Latte Coffee Bronzer. I used my Life's a Peach. Doesn't really have a name, but look at that. And it does smell like a freshly ripe peach you just want to sink your teeth into. Don't eat your makeup, it's not good for you. For my under eyes today, I used the Colourpop No Filter in what was Light 15, but they've renamed it, I'm not sure what it is now. And my little Goof Proof brow pencil sample is still going, so I used that as well today. So, after all this waffling, the two products that I'm really getting into today is this Magnetize Green eyeshadow from Makeup Rev. If you look, it's got... Okay. Now, watch. I'm going to swatch it. Okay, so you can see my finger mark, yeah? If I now bang this on the table, look, it goes back into the ridges. How bloody cute is that? So that I could just swatch and pat that back into place all day. Quite amusing. I'll just give you a... So you can see it's a really nice sort of olivey army green, which, if I give it a bit of a buff, comes out to have almost like a gold sheen to it. So I really like the look of that. So that's what I'm going to be using on my eyes today. And I'm just going to use that one colour and blend that from the lid up. And then I have this I Heart Revolution Rose Gold Glue highlighter. I'm trying out a load of their mini stuff because obviously I've got my brother's wedding later on this year. And I want to try and keep my makeup bag as small as possible. This is the outside, trying not to blind you with the rose goldness. I have actually got their full size rose gold eyeshadow palette, which is, so you can just get an idea of the size difference there. And this is the same size as the mini chocolate orange eyeshadow that I got. Little mirror, which I'll try not to blind you with, and these are the two shades, a gorgeous champagne gold and a pink. So, let's give these a bit of a swipe. Ooh, hello. Ooh, matron, look at that. Now that, it's got some glow to it. Right, I had better zoom you in then really, hadn't I, so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to go straight in this time just with one brush, which is going to be, let's zoom you in first, then you can see what I'm talking about, can't you? Ooh, come on, my balance, hello. There we go, right. This is the brush that I'm going to be using. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the colour on here with this brush, and then I'm going to use a smaller fluffy brush like this to blend the colour up. I have got my colour switch here, and I'm just scrunging this into it so you can see that's actually just stained from I think from the Jeffree Star palette actually, because his pigments are whew. Okay, let's go into this and see how it picks up. It picks up okay on the brush. I look at that, it almost picks up in like stripes. That is so cool. You can't see my. Oh look, that is. Whoa. Okay. I'm not going to go through my spiel about hooded eyes because it doesn't really matter this time because I'm just using the one colour, so you can follow on. Let's just. I've not used an eyeshadow primer. I've just done my usual foundation and concealer across the lid and set it with the coated powder. I've got oily combo skin, I've got very oily eyelids, and I find that actually keeps my eye makeup in place unless I'm using a particularly cheap and nasty eyeshadow, to be quite frank. So I'm gonna try and talk a bit. Okay, there is a bit of fallout with this, which is kind of sweeping away. Maybe I better put some powder under there. Maybe that might be a good idea. This is effectively now going to bake under my eyes, which probably means I'm going to look old as hell by the end of the day, but do you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I love it. Oh man, you should see the amount of powder on my top right now. In fact, I might just zoom you out and give you a giggle. Yeah, coated powder's a bit flyaway. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, putting green on my lid, that's what I was doing. So how's your day been so far today? I hope it's been a good one. Or if you're at the start of your day, I hope it's going to be a good one. Right, I'm changing brushes to this one, and without putting anything on it yet, I'm just going to blend the very edge of it and just buff, just to make sure that if there is any looseness on that lid, it gets blended in. There we go. I'm going to pick up a little bit of colour on this brush, tap off, because we now know there is fallout with this, and just gently start blending this colour. I do this quite a bit if I'm running late on time, but I still want to make it look like I've spent a lot of time and that I didn't hit snooze one time too many in the morning. Using a single colour like this can be an absolute godsend in terms of saving you time. I mean, the absolute time saver for me is not to put anything on my eyes at all, because when my eyes are quite deep set, and I've got, you know, quite a lot of veinage quite close to the top of the skin, if I don't put anything on my eyes, it looks like I've put like a brown shadow on there anyway. So I can just conceal my under eyes and go, which is fab. That's what I used to do for work. I'd conceal my under eyes and any little visitors that had arrived uninvited, and then set it with powder, mascara, clear lip gloss, and I'll be out the door for work. So, because let's face it, work is work. You don't need to impress anybody at work. Last thing you want to worry about is has my lipstick smudged. I really like that. That's blended out really nicely. Right. Let's do the same on the other eye. It absolutely fascinates me that this comes off looking like it's in... I don't know how they've done that. I mean, it's called Magnetize. I'm guessing there's some kind of magnetized... Maybe it's different magnetic polarities or something, and that's why it reflects the light differently, or... Maybe there's two shades of pigment that have different magnetic resonance, so one appears darker than the other. I don't know, but I like it. I might have to get some of the other colours of this actually, because I'm really liking how this is going. But in future, I think I might actually do my eyes. If I'm going to be using this, I might do my eyes first, because then it's so much easier, because you can just sweep away any fallout and then do your base. Clean that brush off, go into my little one. And again, we'll just blend over the lid again, just to make sure that there's no loose bits that are going to drop off while we're filming later. And then add a bit of colour onto the brush, tap off, and let's build it up. Remove the stray piece of hair that Sergeant wants to get in the way. I mean, this is blending really nicely. I was worried when I saw it on the brush like that, although I was initially like, oh my god, that's so cool. Part of me was a little bit worried it was going to look stripy on your lids. But it doesn't appear to, at least not in my viewfinder or in my mirror. When I play this back when I'm editing it, I may see something completely different, who knows. But for the minute, I'm really liking how that looks. As usual, this bit of this eye is deciding it doesn't want to take pigment. However, it will. I don't speed my tutorials up because it gives you a better idea of how long it will take you to do it, and also if you're learning, you're not going to constantly have to keep pressing pause and go, oh my god, slow down. There we go. I like that. Let's dust this fallout away and the excess powder that I put down. When you're sweeping powder away, make sure you've got a little bit of powder on your brush as well. It does help with making sure that everything sweeps away nicely, which that has done. Now I'm just going to get a little flat brush like this and dip it in. Stripes fascinate me. And then just smudge that up under the bottom lashes. This is really bringing the green out in my eyes. This is a good choice today. And then cleaning all of the colour off of the first packer brush that I used, just going to gently smudge along there, just to soften what I've put down, but without adding any additional colour to it, but just to soften and gently smoke that line out a little bit. Now, if like me, you suddenly realise that you've gone around this bit here, the easiest way to sort that is to just get a makeup wipe and really carefully just take the excess off, because we're going to be putting some highlighter on that area in a minute anyway. Okay? And likewise, if you suddenly think, do you know what, that's gone a little bit dark under there. Wow, I've got coaty airspun everywhere. Oh dear, oh Lord. If you could see the state of my blooming table right now, you would laugh. Now, you don't normally put cream products on top of powder, but if you're careful, it can work. You just have to be really light with it and really patient and just very gently. Because I know that Jackie Ina, for example, she actually puts powder down after her primer because she's got super oily skin, and she said that helps her foundations last longer. So you can put creams on top of powders. You shouldn't, but if you're careful and you don't put too thick a layer on, you can get away with it. And then pick up a bit of air spun powder and just reset the under eye, like so. Right. Honestly, the state of my desk, there is air spun powder everywhere. And I'm just gonna, I'm playing with the eyeshadow again. Because, sure enough, it's gone back to its ripples again. That's fascinating. I need to know how that works. The inquisitive side of my brain wants to know how that works. Right, I'm now going to get a little brush, and I think I'm going to go into the champagne yellow, this one, and we'll add a little bit of that to the inner corner. Oh, I say hello. Well, that's nice. I must say, these drips on the thing does make me think of Kylie. But I do not have any Kylie face products. The only Kylie product I have got is a lip gloss, I think. I did have one of her lip kits, but I hate the matte formula, so I gave it to a friend of mine who did like them. I'll put a little bit of this just up under our brow to just to lighten the area a little bit. Now, zoom you out a moment. Whoop. There we go. I'm going to use a denser brush like this, just to add some at the top of my nose there, and at the tip, and just blend that, and just sort of fan it out at the top a little bit. Cupid's bow, chin, and my favourite bit, cheeks. Yeah, that definitely gives you a lovely glow, doesn't it? I mean, you're gonna... yeah. Now that most definitely passes the highlight test. But if you don't want your highlight quite this blinding, you can just use a fan brush. I've got a little Avon one here, which it's so super soft. In fact, that is so soft, I am going to buy another one and I'm going to add it to the giveaway box that I started. So if you pick up on there, and then you can just, I really should have shown you this before I put a crap ton on my cheek, but you can just add a light dusting with a fan brush. And of course fan brushes can also do other areas just as easily. Right, I am really liking this look. Okay, I am going to go off camera, and I don't know if I want to put liner on today or not, because it is quite a hot day, so I might just do mascara. I'll decide on that, and I'll be back in a mo. Don't go anywhere. And I'm back. As you can see, I decided on using the Revolution Pro Supreme Dip Liner, the white one. I used the 17 Vavavoom mascara, and for lipstick today I used one of the little sample lippies that I got in my second Avon PR thing. This is the Plump It Up lipstick in shade Berry Cute. Hope that's focused. There we go. This went on so soft and so smooth. There was no tugging, no pulling at all. It feels really lightweight on the lips. No weird smell, no weird taste. Love it. Okay. Now, regular viewers will know once I spent this long doing my makeup, I like it to stay put. So, it's setting spray time. Using the Rimmel hashtag Instafix and Go. Apparently this is a 2-in-1 for a primer as well, so you could use this as a primer spray if you're travelling and didn't want to take too much with you. Liberally douse the face time. Now, most people would stop here. I'm a little bit extra, and I'm not most people, and I keep going. Okay, although I have got that fan on, it's actually blowing behind me, so it doesn't hopefully take my words away too much. So I'm just going to dry my setting spray off a little bit, so I'm not glistening at you too much, darling, apart from the areas that obviously I want it to glisten. I'm feeling very Peter Monde today with my fan. Anyway, what do I think of the products that I tried out today? This eyeshadow, yes, there's fallout, so either do your eyes first or do like I did and put powder underneath your eyes. Really love it, blended out nicely, absolutely fascinated by the fact it looked like stripes on the brush as well as in here, and that when you tap it, it goes back into its little things. That I could play with that all day. And the highlight, absolutely blinding, but not glittery. This one that I tried the other day, beautiful, but it does have glitter pigments, particles. It's too hot, can't think. This one has glitter particles in, so if you don't like a glittery highlight, you won't like that. This one doesn't, so if you want a blinding highlight without glitter, this one's your man. Right, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, perhaps you could hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't done already, and if you are subscribed, just double check that you've clicked that bell, because YouTube are deselecting that for some people, and I would hate for you to miss out on any more of my videos. So all that's left to say is I hope you have a fabulous day. See you again soon. Bye for now.